Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, please make sure to consider hitting that like, hitting that share, hitting that subscribe, and smashing that notification. Yo, I called it. Alex Jones is now officially back on X. I knew it was going to happen, and actually I checked on it earlier, and they were doing whatever they call Twitter Space, X Space, and he was actually in there talking with Elon Musk. I think Benny Johnson was in there. I seen a couple other people. Patrick Bet Davis, I believe his name is. I like him a lot. But yeah, they were having a cool conversation, and they were just talking, and they were saying like how it's becoming literally like the new free speech platform, and it's really good because America needs to hold up to their free speech. That's like one of our biggest amendment rights, and it's crazy that like all these liberals, all these leftists, all these crazy demon rats, that they just want to take it away from us, and they want to say whatever they want, but they don't want to let us. It's almost like communism, if you think, right? But so Liberal Hive Mind put out a video about Alex Jones being back. So let's check it out. This is my first time watching it, so we're literally watching it together.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. Now, generally, I tend to keep a little bit of a catalog in the back of my brain. Now, I've been doing this news and culture thing for a while at this point. I have an extensive catalog of information that I've stored in my brain over the years. I think that's pretty much par for the course. And part of that catalog is credibility rankings. It's all the same characters in the media for the most part. And so the more exposure you get with some of these figures, the more you catalog whether they can or cannot be trusted. You know,
It's true though, like they're all the same. It's like NPCs.
Oliver Darcy, Brian Stelter, Rachel Maddow. I remember all the lies. I remember all the fake.
And literally, the liberal media is like a bunch of NPCs. They literally say the same exact thing. And we're not talking about, maybe a little bit of words here and there. No, literally they say the same exact thing. I've seen so many videos of when something crazy comes out about Trump, they literally all say the same exact thing. It's almost like they're given a script. It's crazy.
Fake news, the hysteria, it's all fresh at the front of my mind. And so obviously those types of characters fall all the way to the bottom of the credibility list. If they say something, yeah, I'm taking it with a couple grains of salt, if you know what I mean.
No, I'm taking it with a whole box of salt, not just a couple grains.
And then there's those who are at the top of the credibility list. And some of those individuals, interestingly enough, well, you might not expect for them to be at the top of the list. I mean, considering the media is constantly telling you how dishonest and horrible they are. But look, it's a personal thing. It's based off...
And usually it's the opposite, especially with the liberal media, where it's, if they're saying that they're dishonest, they're probably more so honest then.
My opinion based on what I've been exposed to, and for me at the top of that credibility list are actually people like Alex Jones. Oh, crazy, I know, absolutely nuts, right? But I'm not joking when I say that Alex Jones is at the top of the credibility list for me. Maybe
no lie, for real. Like he says a lot of stuff and it ends up like coming true, whether it's a couple years down the line, 10 years down the line, 10 months, 10 days, 10 minutes. A lot of the stuff he says ends up coming true.
Not number one, but certainly up there. And it's mostly due to his track record. He has had some of the most accurate reporting on some of the, I'd say, scariest and most important topics out there and most important issues that we face. Alex Jones has a...
I remember first watching Alex Jones. The first time I heard about him was when he snuck into Bohemian Grove. That was so funny to me. It was hilarious. It was crazy, and I think it was the don't quote me on this. It might have been the CEO of General Electric. Like, was so mad about him. Like, it was crazy, and you could tell that something was going on by how upset this guy was.
Better track record of reporting on the facts than nearly every single major media outlet out there. And so when Alex Jones says something, I listen. Maybe I apply a little bit of skepticism, of course. I think that...
I mean, in all honesty, you got to be skeptic of everyone in a certain extent. You know what I mean? You can't just trust everyone fully. Like, we're all human, we're flawed. So you have to take what something says with at least a little bit of a grain of salt. But with these liberals and these demon rats and these crazy leftists, I take it with a whole box of salt. Maybe a whole truck full of salt for the wintertime.
It's pretty much natural and healthy, but for the most part, I'll take it quite seriously. I'll look into it, but when Alex Jones says something, I'll view it as most likely credible. And well, all of this to say,
Right.
Alex Jones just dropped an absolute frickin' bombshell on Tucker Carlson's show on X. If true, holy moly. Also, most...
Man, I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. I'm going to have to check that out. Maybe we'll break that down and do a little video of that or something. If that's something you guys like to see, let me know in the comments below.
Likely true, definitely shocking, but also not surprising at all. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so excuse the long intro, but I had to lay it out. Topic of this video, let's take a look at what was said on Tucker Carlson's show.
But yeah, he is completely out of his mind. He wanders around for the entire 2.5 years. It's getting worse, naked in the White House. In the middle of the night, doesn't know
There's no way. There's no way.
who he is. They have to give him a bunch of drugs,
Yeah.
a bunch of amphetamines in the morning. Then they've got to drug him at night. Sometimes he's got to, though, he'll like be out for the morning for a while, and then comes back out at night for a ball. That's when there's a real problem.
He is on drugs. I have established that. And I know someone who
Man, and listen, I don't care what anybody says. This dude has dementia. Biden has dementia. I do not care what anybody says. He has dementia. This dude is out of his mind. Compared to what he was 10 years ago, if he doesn't have dementia, he's a robot. 1,000%.
witnessed it. I'm not guessing at this. I know someone personally who witnessed him taking amphetamines. And this was during the 2020 election.
So how's this going to? That's huge. I know you don't play games. You've been proven.
No, I don't play games with this. I'll just say he's a makeup artist.
Well, no,
His
you
makeup
said
artist
the
told me that.
NSA spying on me, high level, and then a month later they went, yes, we're spying on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I know.
So you
That's crazy. He knew that they were spying on him. And like, they just come out, yeah, we're spying on. Like, how is this right, dude? This is crazy to me.
don't make stuff up. And so what
We are literally becoming a banana republic.
I'm saying here is Biden's a liability for him. Trump's a liability. What do? They have a right winger, they'll claim, assassinate Biden, and they'll have a left winger assassinate Trump. That then gets the country even in more of a fight against.
Yeah, and listen, it's controlled by division, and we're never gonna. Unfortunately, the American people will never fully wake up to it, what they're doing. But it is what it is. You know, you can't control people because as humans we're flawed.
Each other, and then they put in Gavin Newsom and somebody like Mike Pence or who knows. But
Mike Pence, that dude is an NPC.
I really think the next 13 months is the most critical time, not just in American history, but world history. Because if they can bring down America, they're going to bring down the world. And then you've got the escalation.
Yeah.
Remember a year ago,
We are the catalyst of the world. That is very true.
Biden said you can't give F-16s and Abrams tanks and cruise missiles to the Ukrainians. That's World War III. Now they're doing it. So as Russia wins that war, as Colonel McGregor documented a few months ago with you, NATO is escalating. Well, that leads right to nuclear war. So we're so close. That fundamentally makes me so mad. This transcends politics. Since when do Democrats love war? Since when do Democrats...
Right. Why does anybody love war? I never understood that. I understand fighting for your country. Like, I am more than willing to fight for my country here in my country, but I am not going overseas to fight these foreign wars. It is ridiculous to me. Like, our country is going in a complete steeping decline at a rapid rate while we're funding wars in Ukraine and Israel. Like, let them, if they want to go fight, let them go fight. If Ukraine and Russia want to fight each other, go fight each other. Israel and Palestine want to fight each other, go fight each other. That has nothing to do with us. We have homeless vets on the street. We have so much drug addiction in this country. It is completely mind-boggling to me.
Democrats love the intelligence agencies. They love them now.
I know.
And so really the Democrats...
And listen, here's what I've noticed. Democrats literally make the government their religion, and that's it.
Dark.
Just
So
like the
dark.
Republican Party is a beachhead for sanity and populism. It's not perfect, but it's a beachhead. The Democratic Party is totally turned over to evil. That's why I thought RFK Jr. was so refreshing, but they're shutting him out of the primary process. They're blocking him.
Literally, man, these demon rats have become evil. Like, they've allowed Satan to work through them.
And so now he's going to run third party, which will take away from Trump. Most experts agree. I know Trump's people have looked at it, they think so.
Of course.
So that's very, very sad.
I believe it. These are two credible individuals. I believe Tucker Carlson, I believe his source, and I believe Alex Jones.
Without a doubt, like, why wouldn't you? These people have been right on so many topics. Obviously, you're not going to be right on everything, but if you're right, if you're hitting 90% of the time, you have credibility, unfortunately. And these demon rats don't like it because he's not on their side. He's literally against them.
Most likely has some sort of information that is in fact credible. I believe the president of the United States is being propped up on drugs, and I really don't think it's
I do too. It is crazy, but I do too.
all that crazy. In fact, I think it's a pretty safe assumption. There is absolutely no way that Joe Biden is keeping up with the demands of the job of the presidency in his current state. There's no way. They're shooting something into this guy's buttocks. I mean, he must be getting an...
In all honesty, and I'm not going to lie, I seriously feel like we're in Obama's third term right now. Like, Obama has literally been on tape saying, hey, if I could just sit in the basement of my sweatpants and just have somebody else be the face and just run it from my basement. I mean, look, his best friend's doing it right now. Who's to say that's not what's going on?
Adrenaline syringe 2 minutes before he walks out on stage every single time. Nothing else is believable. Nothing else explains the calling a lid phenomenon from the 2020 election. Joe Biden is one of the most heavily supervised, most likely medicated.
It's crazy. This dude walks into walls. People, he walks into walls.
Controlled puppets in modern America.
He doesn't know where steps are that he just walked up 2 seconds ago. This is mind-boggling to me. This literally shows weakness and how pathetic. It shows that we're weak as a country. It's crazy.
American history. I mean, he's pretty much like one of those drugged up celebrities on the tour bus with publicists and agents and managers, treating the situation with said celebrity like Weekend at Bernie's. And that's probably the perfect comparison because Joe Biden is Hollywood. Everything about Joe Biden is Hollywood. It's all a mirage. It's all fake. Whether it's the straight up lies that
it is. It's like he's a puppet on strings.
Come out of Joe Biden's mouth, like most recently Joe Biden claiming that in high school he was the runner-up in the state scoring championship. Does anybody
Be quiet, dude. No, you weren't.
Actually believe?
Just like you were at the top of your list when they said you graduated at literally the bottom of your list in college. Beat it, bucko.
That. Is there any documentation to back that up? Obviously there isn't. That for sure never happened. If that did happen, I feel like there'd probably be articles written about Joe Biden. He'd probably have a whole lot of photos of his time playing football, but instead he literally just lies. I mean, he just stands up.
He lies about everything.
There at that podium, probably full of frickin' substances in his system. The guy's on frickin' Mars going, listen, Jack, I used to play water polo. Yeah, they used to call me old Joey Shark Gills, because I was a shark.
They're like the hair on my legs.
And I used to swim like a shark. No, Joe, that never happened. Please take your meds. No, listen, Jack, it definitely happened. Ask Corn Pop. If it's not Joe lying to you, pulling a con, then it's Joe's aides and handlers who are...
Or his son.
Pulling it for him. And the biggest con is that this guy is somehow the president. He is not the president.
No, he's the resident.
He is a drugged up, empty vessel that they throw out on the stage with his little cue cards and his talking points, his pre-packaged talking points, being asked vetted questions from vetted journalists. It's all a damn smokescreen, and you're simply along for the ride. You're the victim of it all, really, if you think about it. For Pete's sakes, the world is being plunged into frickin' chaos.
I mean, seriously, like, listen, as soon as China goes to invade Taiwan, World War III is going to happen. Watch. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm calling it. World War III will happen.
And this is your leader.
Over $1.3 billion. All
right, Joe.
Like, what number did you say, bro? You don't even know what number you just said. That's not a number.
And if it's not that, it's this.
The idea, if you were driving your automobile here, and you left in the key in the parking lot, you left the key in the ignition, and a kid came up and jumped in and stole it, and they got in a crash, you're liable civilly. Why in God's name do people not have to lock up their firearms?
What? Be quiet, you decrepit old moron.
Why is that not a requirement?
Why are you president?
All these mass murders, not this weekend, but have
Be quiet, dude. Everybody knows that the gun laws are what's causing all this stuff, bro. Because there's so many gun-free zones. That's what's causing all this chaos and all the murders. And you guys are silly, bro.
because
Seriously.
people have picked up kids and grabbed stuff off of counters, off of their. Anyway, I don't want to get angry.
I mean, this dude reminds me of an old person in a nursing home that's on their last leg. That is sad. This is the leader of our country. This is pathetic.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
He doesn't know what he's saying. He's literally being fed what to say. I'm surprised he can even read. I'll guarantee somebody's in his ear telling him this.
Again, no freaking idea what this guy's even talking about. America,
What did he say? If somebody in the chat down low can tell me what he said, please do. Just do it.
Our president is an octogenarian dementia patient who is so freaking hopped up on drugs it's not even funny. And worst of all, he's not even your president. He is simply a puppet, a vessel for the globalist agenda. And I struggle to understand
Nationalism over globalism. That's just a fact.
how what's currently happening with this clown is even remotely acceptable for the American public. It's absolutely disgraceful, and you are the victim of it all. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys on this.
All right, everybody, on that note, that was a good one. I like it. I love that Alex Jones is back on Twitter. I love that Elon Musk is at least talking and listening to him, because I know they had some type of problems. I don't remember exactly what it was about. I think Alex Jones went live and just went on a rant about something, and they tried saying he was harassing her, blah, blah, blah. But yo, Elon Musk did a poll. He said, do you want Alex Jones back? The people said it, so he brought him back. I like it. I don't like Biden at all. He is a terrible president, a terrible human being, and just evil, flat out evil, just like all these other demon rats. It's just crazy how people fall for it and they love it. And it's crazy. It's like the government is their God. And that's just not how it's supposed to be. You only make one God your God, and that's the man upstairs. But on that note, everybody, we're going to end it. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me today. Please make sure to hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, and smash that notification. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.